Welcome back for an update on the restoration of this very famous right-hand drive short wheelbase chassis 1995, the Ex Richard Colton 250 that was famously donated to the RNLI when he passed away and sold at auction, with the total proceeds going towards the RNLI so that they could buy and manufacture a brand new Shannon-class lifeboat. So a very famous car in itself, one that was wonderfully original, had never been totally restored, and was a bit of a difficult decision to make, but I'm so glad we did it. And throughout the restoration over the last 3 months, where we've been doing the bodywork and the metalwork, we've continually been amazed and surprised at how well put together this car was originally and how original it is, as well as not having as much corrosion as we once feared it may have. So the biggest difference that you will notice from the last time we saw the car is now that the rear arches and the sills have been refinished, so that we have lost the flared nature of them, and this is back to as it would have been when it left the factory. We took reference templates from a car that we've restored in the past that we know is absolutely correct in shape and is very close to this car in chassis number, and actually has all the same features in terms of fuel filler in the boot lid, roof vent, bent tops of windows, no quarter lights. So we're very happy with those. We've made sure that all the vents will fit perfectly and that the actual fixtures have been beautifully restored and just ever so slightly manipulated so that the fit and finish is what we would expect from one of our finished restorations. Another really nice thing is that we've finally, after 40 years, refitted bumpers to this car, and not just any bumpers, but the original bumpers to this car, which were found in the loft of Richard Colton's house. A few months after he passed away, or after we bought this car, I was contacted by the people that were clearing the house and selling the contents, and they found these bumpers in the loft. They're in terrible, terrible condition, but we've worked wonders with them, and they've been restored, refitted to the body to absolutely look right, and I'm so glad that these are going back on the car now. And interestingly, at the rear, we've talked in the past about how this car in 1993 were ordered as full competition specification cars, albeit with a steel body, and with that we've got a single piece rear bumper, and this is the original for the car, which we fully restored, shaped, fitted to the bodywork, and so once it comes back from paint, we'll do a final fit and then finish off the chrome work, so it's got that lovely single piece, which is such a shame that Ferrari didn't do that on more short wheelbases. They were usually a 3-piece bumper, which was an easier item to manufacture, to trim, to fit to bodywork. But these single-piece bumpers, which are only on the very earliest and the competition cars, and on the later competition cars actually in aluminium, it's a really nice feature, and I love it on this car, and I think it's really completes it. And we've discussed before how this car was competition spec from new, and one of the bits that I love on it are the quick lift jacks. The car's got these little jacking points on the side of the chassis here, which is for a jack that would slide in and you'd lift it up with brute force to lift the side of the car up. The car had lost its quick lift jack during its life, but as part of all the research we've done, there's so many little details that we've researched, and we'll reveal more when we get to the next stage of the restoration as to what little bits and pieces we've reinstated. But one of the things is the quick lift jack. So in the boot here, we now have the jack, and we had all the points where it should be mounted. It's just they've been removed during the car's life. So with the help of some other owners of some early 1960 competition short wheelbases, we were able to work out exactly how the mounting points should be for the quick lift jack, and we've been able to re-put that in. So at some point, I'm looking forward to trying to use it. I'm not sure I'll be able to actually lift the car's weight, but who knows. That's a nice little detail. And other little things like the battery tray, and making sure that on this car, because it's in a particular part of the sequence of the 250 short wheelbase series, they're all slightly different as the cars progress. And getting the battery tray correct, it's such a small thing to talk about, but they were also different. We've absolutely pinpointed where this car should be, how that battery tray should be, and have got it right. And when we come back to doing interior details and the door cappings and other little bits and pieces, like the way the window frames fall through and actually protrude out through the front of the door here and into the shut panel, that's almost unique to about 5 or 6 cars in the run, and we've got it right on this car, and as it should be. And a lot of people have questioned in the past saying they didn't think that was right, but it's because this car doesn't have quarter lights. So lots of little things like that have been carefully researched, and we've made sure that we've got it absolutely, as far as we're concerned, 99.9% correct throughout. You would have seen that when we were at the body shop, we had the floors out, and we've now painted the chassis frame, refitted the floors, and I was just, everywhere we look, in every nook and cranny, there's just so much evidence of the originality of this car, of how correct and unmolested it is. So that's been great. Now we're back here at DK and doing the final fit of all the bits and pieces that are going to go away to be chromed whilst the car's being painted. So we're just making sure that everything fits, from the headlamp rims to the grille, to the bumpers, to all the door surrounds, making the incremental changes at this stage, just to make sure that when it goes back together for the final time, we're really happy with the way it looks, that we just have to put it together once. And the aim is, just after Christmas, once the car has been fully put together, trimmed, that we'll be going up the road in this and carrying out our first road tests. But of course, you're going to see another update from us before then, and I hope you like what you see.